Hello everyone, this is Sherry. How's everyone doing today? So glad to see you here in my craft room with me today, and thank you for joining me. Welcome to Tassel Tuesday. So I'm working on a tassel, and this is a collab hosted by Jovi with Creating with Jovi, and there's several of us participants that do this every Tuesday. So my playlist is below, and also I'll have all the participants linked. Or I know Maria participates, and Carol and a few other people. So and they all make beautiful tassels. So if you want some tassel ideas, just check out their videos. But I was in a pink mood this week, and I was thinking that I had some fibers, some pretty fibers. I was thinking a pretty pink fibery kind of tassel like that with laces and fibers. I had picked up this seam binding. I have it in here. Used it all. I was like, oh, I want to keep some, but I'm like, no, 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 no. I bought it to use it, and I had just picked this up last week at I think it's vintage. It looks like it might be vintage at a thrift store. So here it is. I have cut everything already. It's 21 inches long, and I have kind of an idea in my head. So I'm going to see if we can work it out together, because I kind of want to do something a little different, but I'm not sure how it's going to come out. So here's all my fibers. I've got like the seam binding, and just let me see if I need to hold it up so you can see. I'm going to pick it up and then try to show you some of the fibers. Just some beautiful fibers and yarns and things that I received in Happy Mail from a friend. I've been using these fibers once in a while, and she sent me a bunch. Probably has it been a couple years maybe now, and and she just sent me so many, and I've been just so enjoying them. I'm so thankful for them. But let me show you some of the little yarns, and there's just some soft yarns in here. This is a really soft yarn. It feels like a blanket. This one too. And so there are different shades of pink. Here's some grosgrain ribbon. That's just something I had. Here's some other kind of satiny ribbon. And let's see, this was pretty. I just put this in here for isn't that neat? Just in different texture. It's kind of off-white, and so it's not pink, but I thought it looked so pretty with the pinks and just a different kind of a knotty, see the little knots on there? Kind of a knotty yarn. And let's see, what else do I have in here? Here's a neat one here. Let's see, this one had, see the little pieces on there? It's like a fiber that has these little pieces on it. Just some really interesting things that I pulled. Here's some it's kind of like eyelash trim, but see here, let me show you. It's got like just minimal eyelashes on it. I don't know what you want, if it's eyelash trim or not, but you can see the little, pieces hanging off of the main piece there. And it's just really, really pretty. Yeah, I think I've got everything in there that I wanted to use. So anyway, so I'm going to pick it up and look at how beautiful it is already. Anyway, so I'm going to, let me go ahead and put the center piece down. So I had this, I have no idea where I got this, probably in Happy Mail. But this is a pink one, but look, it's kind of, satiny or whatever. And it has these beautiful kind of pink flowers. It's see-through, of course, but I hope you can see the flowers on there too. So I'm going to slip that under the middle. I wanted to see if I could make this my piece where I tie it up with. So I'm going to put this through the middle here, and see, it's pretty long. So I figured I could tie it up with this, and then make this part of the tassel also. But I want let's see. I think I want this to be the loop on the top. So I'm going to tie a knot here first. And let me see if I got everything kind of centered here. Yeah, it looks pretty centered. So, I'm just tying a knot in case you've never done this before. You saw I had all my fibers laid out, brought it together in the middle, tying a knot here. And let's see, I'm trying to think let me see if I think I need. This doesn't feel like it's going to slip out, but I think to be safe, because this is real, it's kind of a slippery, kind of satiny piece here, piece of ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and tie a double knot just to make sure that doesn't kind of slip its way loose. See, there we go. Nice double knot. It didn't really add any bulk to it, to that top part there. And then I'm going to go ahead, I think I'll go ahead and make this into a little loop here as what you would hang it with. Let me see how that might look. So I would tie a loop, if this is going to be the hanger, tie a little knot here, and I could even tie a bow right here. Let me see how that looks. I can always untie it and do it differently if I don't like it. Just want to see how that looks. I'm just picturing a real kind of, you know, girly type of tassel here, as you can see. Okay, I want to tie a nice bow here, so let me see. I'm just kind of monkeying around with this for a second. This side, you know, I want to get the size right here. I don't want it to be too big of a bow, too small of a bow. Let me see how this looks and see if I think it would hang from this nicely, or do I want to use something else? It's makes it very frilly looking, I think. Oh, it's very pretty, you know. It's very pretty. Okay, let me see if I like that. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'm kind of wondering if I do I want to let this be the tassel this week, you know, instead of tying a little topper here like this. I could do that, but I want to see if I kind of want to do it like this. Just let it hang from here. I think that's really pretty, but I want it to hang together. So let me see, because this is kind of a wide ribbon. I think it's kind of holding it apart a little bit. So let me squish it together a little bit here. This is kind of an experiment because I haven't used wide ribbon like this before in my tassels. So not really, I don't think I have. So yeah, it's coming together. And then, yeah, I like that. It's just really kind of girly looking. So then I had this flower. I wanted to see how I could maybe tie a flower on here as a little kind of decoration on the top too. So let me just get a good look at, see where I might want to have the flower. So here's the tassel, here's the bow, here's the little loop. So I could put a flower right here. This is just a little silk flower. You know, I don't buy anything special for these tassels when I make them every Tuesday. I just go looking around in my craft room here to see what I can use. So you don't have to, you know, buy anything special to make a tassel. You can just, you know, kind of use whatever you have, fabric, yarn, ribbon, you know. I mean, of course, I did buy some of these things at one time, but I just didn't go out this week and say, oh, I want to make a pink tassel, and I bought a bunch of pink ribbon. I just already had, you know, picked things up at thrift stores, and, you know, there's one ribbon in here that was on clearance at Walmart. So, you know, and then, you know, when it comes down to it, when it's time to make something, then I have a little collection to pick from because I've, you know, just brought things home over the years. I don't know about this. Let me see. I'm just trying to figure. This is something different too. I hadn't done a flower before, so I'm trying to see how I would like to tie. If I want to tie this on, how I would do it. So I kind of want it to be at the top though. So I need to. Let me see. Okay, so that was I poked it in underneath here, kind of in the middle. I didn't like that. So let's poke it in kind of where the loop is. And I have a little piece of yarn running through it, so I can tie it on with that. I just need to see how I want to tie it on. So I poked it through the little loop there that we made to hang it. I'm going to put one piece of the yarn underneath and one piece on top. I think that might work. Through the loop here, the hanging loop. Okay, let's see if I can get it through there. And then, because I think this could be really pretty if I can get it tied on here. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let me turn it over and go ahead and see. This is just a little piece of yarn I had left from the fibers that I used here in the tassel. So I'm going to tie this on like this. This is just a little flower from Dollar Tree, so it's nothing, you know, not anything. I wouldn't say it's not anything special. It's just that I wanted some pink flowers to craft with one time, and I picked up a bunch. You know how you can get those bunches of flowers at Dollar Tree. And I have a couple different ones. They're over here in a little basket. So whenever I need a little silk flower, I just clip some off of there. So, you know, nothing really, you know, they're not inexpensive flowers. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. They're nothing really, you know, expensive or fancy, I guess. I guess maybe that's a better word. Nothing fancy. But, oh, I think I love it. Wow. That turned out so cute. I'm always surprised, right? I'm always surprised at my own creation. You guys probably think I'm crazy, but yeah, it kind of works out like that when you experiment, because you know, when you try new things, you don't know how it's going to turn out, and then you're like, oh my goodness, that actually turned out pretty cool. So yeah, I would encourage you to experiment totally. I love it. I love experimenting. If you watch my channel, you know I always kind of try new stuff. So okay, this is gorgeous. I have to say it. So can you see this? Look at all these pretty fibers. Okay, here it is. I have to look at this for a second because it's so cool. Okay, now I'm a little worried about this coming in tight, so I'm going to pull this a little tighter. You know, I think it's okay, but like say this is going to end up in my shop, so if you get this, you know, you might have to just pull on this bow a little bit to make sure it doesn't come undone, because you know this is slippery. So, but right now I don't want to tie a double knot in this bow or anything, because I just think it's gorgeous the way it is. So let me hold it up real quick. Let me show you the back. See, this flower is just on a little plastic, you know, the little plastic wires that hook onto flowers, that, you know, like a bunch of flowers. And this little piece right here was on a stem, and I just pulled it off. So that's a little bunch of flowers I just pulled off a stem. So you do see the plastic. I just want you to know, if you're thinking about getting this flower at all, I mean this tassel, when you turn it in the back, you do see a little plastic piece there, but when you turn it in the front, you don't see that. You just see the pretty flower. So there is a front and back to this one. And so let me show you if I can. It is a little hard to show on video, you know, because it's not hanging or anything. I'm just holding it, but I just want to show you up close all the different pretty fibers and ribbons and things and laces in here, and the top here with the bow and the flower. And see, I didn't make the little piece. Usually I'd make a little thing like this and tie it off, but I want this volume here. I don't want it to be squished together, so I wanted volume in here so you can see all the pretty, you know, all the prettiness here. And it really is, with so many different things in here, it just makes it look very pretty. And then here, let me lay it down one more time. Got all my little kind of crumbs there from my yarn. But let me lay it down one more time so you can see it real good and get everything out of the way. Okay, so I think it turned out nice. I like the flower. I might have to do that again. I have some other smaller flowers over there too. I have a bunch of like this. See the different shades of pink in here too? So that looks pretty. These flowers have different shades of pink. And I have another bunch of flowers over there. They're smaller. So maybe I'll try that one next time. But they're also pink. So this pretty much used up most of my pink fibers. So we'll see if I come across any more at thrift stores or whatever. But yeah, this used up. I have these ribbons here. But they're all the same. So, and I used one in, you know, I used some of these in here. But let's see, I have this one here too. I probably have some more pink lace though. I'll have to look through my seam binding and see if I have any more of that, because I could use that with the other flowers. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed something different this week with the pink theme and a different little topper. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got some new ideas for tassels, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy crafting.